Alright, you guys, here's a quick intro. Me and Kegan here are going to do some Clash of Steel. I have the German forces, and I'm going to field the Miles. It's a heavy hitter. We'll do that. On this, we do have to have up to 60% reserves. So my Panther 2s will be be in reserve. Here's our playing field. We did put out some of our bomb craters and some of our newer trainlets. There's just the broken stubble, mud. That's slow going. If you were having infantry, they would get cover in that broken forest stuff. So we're going to go sweep around this way real quick. We're going to condense the battle report for you, but Kegan, you're fielding some T-30s?
T-30s, T-28s, and M18s.
Yep, and M18s. We got 3 objectives. 1 in the center, 2, 3. You gain victory points by holding objectives. I forgot to tell you, my Germans are going to be the Panzer 470 group, Tiger 2s, Tiger 1s, and the Miles. Alright, so we'll let you go, and we're going to add this in sections, so please watch the whole thing. We appreciate it. Alright, you guys, this is round 1. So what happened in round 1 is, first, before we even started, this is supposed to be an 8-round game, and we drew our cards, so added a round. So now it's 9 rounds. Kegan ended up being the attacker and I'm the defender, which in this game you're placing your unit on the field first. Both of us have to have 60% reserve behind. So Kegan could only field 3 T-30s, right?
Yep.
Alright. I was able to field most of my force. This is the most expensive guy. The Germans got one of these. I did have to leave my Tiger 2s. I've never used Tiger 2s in a game. These are very expensive point-wise. But, yeah, there's a reason why, I guess. So, I was able to hold... Oh, wait, I got a pointer. Look. I was able to hold Objective 1 and Objective 3. Kegan is just shy. What's cool with this is it comes with a measuring stick. So, literally, he's about a half inch
like
too
a centimeter.
short. Yeah, if he would have been able to move a little more, he would have held that. So, at the end of the round, I fired... No effect on Kegan's armor. Is pretty tough.
I shot, but they can't hit the broadside.
He shot, but he just missed. Otherwise, what's your anti-tank on those?
19.
Yeah, those are devastating. My guys with the front armor of 9, I can't roll against. So it would be very devastating to the Tigers for his guys to hit them. But that's kind of where we're at right now at the end of round 1. So we're heading to round 2. Alright, here's the end of round 2. You can see Kegan has moved forward from before the broken woods there. And he fired at my Tiger 1s on Objective 1. Missed. Of course, my guys, they're literally, I can do nothing when I fire. They just don't have the capability to do anything. So they're just kind of sitting there waiting to die. What's Objective 3 card we had to turn over because
abandoned position.
We're getting ready to do the next round. So that means that objective is only going to be worth 1 point to hold it. If you can test it, worth nothing, so it makes it kind of useless. We have to get to what round, Kegan, for our
9.
reserves?
9. Round
5.
After round start of, I think the start of round 3, you can start bringing.
So, yeah, this is the end of round 2, so we're going to start round 3 and see. But I do really like this stubble wood stuff we got. It works kind of cool. It looks kind of cool with the craters.
Turn 3, so this round.
So this next round coming up will be turn 3. We can try to roll to get our reserves in. So that will change things fundamentally. Alright, here we go. Right, you guys, this is the end of round 3. I was able to bring my Tiger 2s on from reserves. Kegan was able to bring his T-28s. Are those 28s?
Yeah.
The T-28s. Those are some hard hitters. So, I fired my Tiger 2s at his T-30s and destroyed 2 of them. Kegan, in return, fired his T-28s at my Tiger 2s. They bounced. However, his remaining T-28, the unit leader there with the marker, was able to destroy my Tiger, one of my Tiger 1s, And then I lost my motivational. So in this one, when you roll below it, your tank is destroyed. So I lost two of my Tiger 1s this round. So I did not gain anything for the objective. Ironically, my little Panzer 4s, there's nothing for them to do, so I left them there. I gained 1 point. However, Kegan also has a chance this round to bring in his Hellcats. So every round, he's able to bring in reserves. My reserves are already in. So as it sets now, here's kind of an overview. A little bit of a mess. I should have brought my markers out, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4 destroyed tanks. And we're heading towards round 4 out of 9.
Yep.
All right, the end of round 4. So, my Tiger 2s were able to destroy the last of his T-38s. However, before, Kegan has also gotten rid of 2 of my Tigers. Tiger 1s off this objective one. And the other guys, my Panzer 4s at the end, are just kind of holding that objective. Kegan was able to roll and bring in his reserves, the Hellcats, which actually,
yep.
I played with them before. They destroy easy, but boy, they can get stuff done. And then his, what were these again?
Maybe they can't hit the broadside of a barn. T-28s can't hit the broadside of a barn either.
Are heavy. I got very fortunate that he did bad on his roll. Otherwise, these are very destructive tanks in the game. If you hit something with those, they're just done for the most part. I mean, they're overkill against my guys over there. So we'll see. Round 5 is coming up. So that's where we're going to now, you guys. You can kind of see the destruction happening there. But we will go to round 5.
Yep.
All right, you guys. This is the end of the game. We never made it to round 9 like we were going to. We're simply running out of time. And the problem with the game is, depending on how you roll, where we're at right now is it's just not going to go any further. I already have 20 points. I think Kegan has 3. So the game, I've already won the game on points. However, destruction wise, Kegan's got 5 of my tanks, and I got 5 of his. So
yeah,
that actually on the fighting part kind of evened out. Now I got lucky because Kegan at first on his T-30s here, had he not rolled bad, we all do that, right? He would have wiped those guys out right away, my Tiger 1s. But I just got fortunate. For me, it's a bit unbalanced. All the German armor can't really compete with the newer American armor. The Maus is kind of head-to-head with these guys, but it's a stalemate. My Tiger 2s can't do anything against them, really.
No.
The Panzer 4s in the corner there, I like my little pointer in the corner, they're useless. I mean, they could compete with the Hellcats. If we were both fielding bunches of these little guys, it would be kind of more fun. I think
you can't bring more than 1 unit of heavy anything into this game.
Yeah, the heavies,
they're penalized so hard.
They're penalized, and in real life, they're.
To be honest,
yeah.
I don't know if I'll bring the T-28s ever again.
But these guys did really well.
I'll bring those again, but I don't know. I
Your
can't
30s?
say if I will ever bring the T-28s ever again.
The 28s, what's the anti-tank? 18, 19? It's big.
19 anti-tank.
Yeah, so literally nothing I have.
And for 2 of them, it's 16 points, but if I bring them on and every time... I mean, look, I had to chase you around the board just to be able to get a shot.
Because they're forward-facing, they can't shoot in any direction. So.
And then, on top of that, I get hit with a slow firing. And then on top of that, you're over 16 inches, so I get hit with that. So now I'm needing 6 points to even touch you. It's like...
You got to roll a 6.
You got...
Yeah.
And if you need a 7, you got to roll a 6, and then another dice. It's like no.
It's kind of frustrating.
There's too many penalties. Too many penalties for me to consider bringing them back. I will bring my T-30s back again, but I will not bring.
It's a fairly balanced game, but when it comes to the heavies, all the other tanks are okay so far. But the heavies, there seems to be a bit too much penalization to use them.
I will replace my T-28s with Sherman
and
something else.
And at this point, just victory point wise, there's no way Kegan can catch up even if we were to play another couple more rounds. And it's just not going to matter because this goes off the victory points. It doesn't go off of how many tanks are left. So at this point, even destruction for us with...
even if I sat there and destroyed your tanks, I would never...
You couldn't get the victory points. But on top of that... Sounds negative. Do you guys like my little World War II cat dozer? Anyways, I know I'm being goofy, but that's... Clash of Steel is still fun. I do miss old school tanks that Gale Force 9 put out. But this is more or less...
They just need to have the if it's over... The over 16-inch rule needs to go to like 24 or 36. You have a map... Your map is based on a 4x6.
Yeah.
Then it needs to be half the battlefield. It needs to be 24 or 36 inches. Not 16. 16, you're still... up close and personal with 16.
They do have some really cool cards you can play at any time. For instance, this one is called Tailwind. It gives your unit a plus 4-inch cross-country dash movement for the rest of the turn. So even though, say they can move 10 inches, they can now move 14. Cards like this kind of help, although I didn't play them. Reroll up to 2 hit rolls from 1 tank.
Oh yeah, we gotta remember to start playing.
I forgot to play my cards, to be honest with you. Or re-roll any 1 dice, and you have to go on, and it's clarifies it, you know, so you got to use the second result. But it's interesting that way, you guys. I still say it's a good buy for the money, especially for the models you get. I mean, you cannot beat what you're getting in a starter box, even if you didn't want to play the game, just wanted the models. It's insanely.
You still get way more in the starter box.
Yeah, you're just getting a hell of a deal. So with that, we'll let you guys go. And don't forget our Sunday shows every Sunday at 4 p.m. Central. If you want some coffee or tea, man, look up gamerswithcoffee.shop. We got you covered there. All right, you guys, like this, share this, thumbs up it. We appreciate it. Have a good day. Keep gaming.